Hello everybody, Inter back again with another video to talk about little about US Open, what is happening so far after the first round. Yeah, what can we say, my friends? One thing is for certain, for sure, to predict the men's tour nowadays, it's as hard as to predict the women's tour, really. Because we all know that on the women's tour, everybody basically more or less beats everybody. Besides Serena. Serena is not easy to beat, obviously. But on the men's tour, besides Rafa and Novak, and to some extent Roger, but especially Rafa and Novak, all the others, they can all beat each other, really, guys. They really can do. It is not easy to predict who will win. It is really not easy, my friends. Look at the US Open. So far, a couple of top 10 players in the world has lost. Let's count them. Tsitsipas, one of them. The number 7th in the world, if I'm not mistaken. He's number 8 in the world, I believe. Yes, number 8 in the world. Then we have the biggest upset so far in US Open. Dominic Thiem, he just lost against Fabiano, the Italian dude who defeated Tsitsipas in the Wimbledon first round a month ago. 6 weeks ago. And the same player, Fabiano, is defeating another top 10 player here in US Open. And the other player, now it is Dominic Thiem. So, Dominic Thiem, Tsitsipas, and a third top 10 player who has lost the first round is Roberto Bautista Agut, RBA. So 3 players have lost in the first round from top 10 in US Open, my friends. Tsitsipas, Dominic Thiem, RBA. 3 players. The world number 4, Dominic Thiem, the world number 8, Tsitsipas, and the world number 10, Roberto Bautista Agut. The same happened, my friends, in Wimbledon. In the first round, 3 top 10 players lost there. Alexander Zverev, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Dominic Thiem as well. So Tsitsipas and Thiem has lost back-to-back first-round matches in Grand Slams, in Wimbledon and in US Open most recently now. So, and what is even worse, we can have a 4th top 10 player to lose tonight, a first-round match in the Grand Slam, and it is Karen Khachanov. He is playing at the moment. He's down 2-1, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he lost to the Canadian guy Pospisil. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. Tsitsipas, that he lost to Rublev, I kind of expected that, to be quite honest. When I did my preview, I expected him to. Tsitsipas has been a mess since French Open, basically. He's been a mess, my friends. So, and he has lost first and second and third rounds, all the tournaments he has played since French Open. So that was pretty expected that he will lose to Rublev. RBA was not expected to lose to Kushkin, to be quite honest. That was not expecting. Dominic Thiem. Look, guys, Dominic Thiem, he's been sick, he's been ill. To have Dominic Thiem to go to that semi-final spot, which I previewed in my preview video a couple of days ago, I think that was to put too much pressure on Dominic Thiem, to believe too much in him, because Dominic Thiem, he's been a disaster more or less since French Open, my friends. Yeah, I know he won a little tournament in Austria back in July there, but man, it was a 250 small tournament with a lot of losers in that tournament. So, and Dominic Thiem's best surface is of course clay. So and you can only see on his tournaments, he has won 14 tournaments in his entire career, and 10 of them are in clay. 4 of them are outside clay. So Dominic Thiem he kind of is demonstrating to all of us that he more or less is only a clay court specialist. He more or less is that, my friends, because he lost the first round in Wimbledon. He's losing the first round here in US Open. Yeah, I know in US Open he has been sick and ill and things. He have had some kind of virus before the US Open and things like that. But he should at least have won one match, my friends. One match. All respect to Fabiano. He was playing great. He was hitting the ball really clean. He was a really clean ball striker, Fabiano. No shame to lose to Fabiano whatsoever. I was impressed from his game, to be quite honest with you, my friends. But we have to be honest. We have to be honest. The Italian dude has never won a tournament in his entire life. The Italian dude is 87 in the world, 87. So Dominic Thiem, he should come through. A guy like that, he really should come through. A player who has played 2 French Open finals, 2018 and 2019. A player who has defeated Rafa Nadal on clay several times. Not in French Open, of course, but outside French Open. A player who has defeated all the big 3, Federer, Djokovic and Nadal. He has defeated all of them. You kind of expect a player like that to come through. A player like Fabiano, who is 87 in the world, my friends. 87. But no, Dominic Thiem, he was horrible. I saw that match. Man, he was just spreading the balls. It was ugly to watch. Dominic Thiem has a very high level when he plays good. But his low level is ugly to watch, my friends. I don't know if you guys saw his match, but it wasn't funny to watch. I feel sad and I feel bad for those people who paid ticket to watch him. Because to be world number 4 and to perform that kind of performance, it is unbelievable. He did, I believe, over 50 unforced errors in 4 sets, and he was just spreading the balls, especially with his backhand. No. Dominic Thiem, you didn't play like a world number 4 tonight. You played like a world number 150 more. Not like a world number 4. That was the worst performance that I have ever seen from Dominic Thiem. Yeah, he lost against Sam Querrey in Wimbledon first round as well, but he did, in my opinion, he performed a better match against Sam Querrey there, and it is not a shame to lose to a player like Sam Querrey on grass. Sam Querrey who went then to play a quarterfinal in Wimbledon and lost to Rafa Nadal there. Fabiano will not play a quarterfinal in US Open. All respect to Fabiano, like I said, he was a really good ball striker. He was a clean ball striker, but he will not play a quarterfinal in US Open. I will be surprised if he played there. So I am little surprised that Dominic Thiem lost. I am surprised, but I was never sure that he will go to that semi-final. I really wasn't. I was never sure. That Tsitsipas lost, it was expected. Tsitsipas has been a total mess since French Open. RBA, I was surprised that RBA lost to Kukushkin. I know that Kukushkin is a good ball striker as well. He can really play some good tennis. And he has done some great results in the past in his career, especially in Wimbledon. But RBA couldn't come through him. It was a tough 5-set battle. In the end, RBA lost. RBA and Thiem was a surprise to me, but not Tsitsipas. That was not a surprise. And now we have a 4th player who is on the edge to lose as well. He's down. He's, like I said, down in the score 2-1, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he lost to Popispil. The player I'm talking about is, of course, Karen Khachanov. So we can have 4 top 10 players who will lose in the first round in US Open. We had 3 in Wimbledon who lost in the first round, and we have 3 in US Open so far, and we can have the 4th player as well. Let's be honest, my friends, to you. This is what ATP Tour looks like. The inconsistency in the top 10 players is not good. The only 2 players that we can really trust on that they will go deep and that they will go to that final weekend, it is Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic. When they play tennis, you know what you get from those 2 guys. You know what kind of performance they will deliver. You know that they will not lose first, second, third, fourth rounds. They will not do it. They will never lose before the quarterfinal. They will never lose. I am so brave to even say it on camera. Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic, they will never lose before quarterfinal. At least not now, and at least not in the near future as well. They will not do it. They are just too good. They are too solid. They are too consistent. When Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic plays tennis, they mean business. They are not inconsistent like players like Tsitsipas, like players like Thiem, like players like RBA. RBA played his first ever semi-final in a Grand Slam tournament 6 weeks ago, and it was in Wimbledon. What does he do 6 weeks later? He goes out in the first round. That is not consistency. That is not consistent to me. Is it consistent to you? I don't think so. Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic, they just play tournaments. They just play Grand Slams each and every year, and they deliver, and they deliver, and they deliver. And Roger Federer as well, to some extent. Absolutely. Roger Federer is 38 years old, and he's delivering as well. He played semi-final in French Open. He played Wimbledon final and almost won. Should have won. Unfortunately, didn't. And now he won, and now he's playing US Open. Roger Federer didn't look amazing in his first round. He didn't do that. He did 57 unforced errors. He will, of course, not have a chance of winning US Open with that kind of play. And Roger Federer will not win US Open. I can already say it to you guys here already now. He will not win US Open, Roger Federer. Not that he didn't look amazing in the first round. Not because of that. Because he lost. Roger Federer lost a set in Wimbledon's first round as well, like we all remember. But the way in Wimbledon, look, my friends, in Wimbledon, Roger Federer has a different kind of aura. Roger Federer is more confident in Wimbledon. Roger Federer's game is more effective in Wimbledon. His slice bounces lower. His serve is more effective. Roger Federer can play first-strike tennis more effective in Wimbledon because the surface in Wimbledon is faster than what it is in US Open. Even though it seems to me like US Open it's little faster than it was last year, because last year the US Open was the slowest that I have ever seen. Despite that, it is still not fast enough to be an advantage for Roger Federer's game style. So Roger Federer will not win US Open, and not only because the surface, really, because it is so much talk about the surface all the time. So I don't want to talk about the surface so much. It is in Roger Federer's consistency. You cannot trust in Roger Federer nowadays. You really can't. Besides in Wimbledon. In Wimbledon, Roger Federer will always be dangerous as long as he plays tennis, because he has that aura, and even the players who face him, they are afraid of him. Besides Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal, all the others, they are afraid from Roger Federer in Wimbledon, but they are not in the other 3 Grand Slams, not nowadays, because he's not 25 years old anymore. He's 38 years old. But all credit to Roger Federer, he didn't lose. He won his first match. He still is better than these next-gen players, these future players like Stefanos Tsitsipas, who is losing two first rounds back-to-back in Grand Slams. He is better than Dominic Thiem, who is 25 years old and should be in his peak of his career. He is losing first round in Grand Slams back-to-back, Wimbledon and now US Open. The consistency level on some of these top 10 players is horrible. It's horrible. And the players I'm talking about is Thiem, Tsitsipas, and even RBA. Like I said, RBA played his first ever semi-final in a Grand Slam tournament in Wimbledon 6 weeks ago. Now he gets out in the first round. That is not consistency. That is not consistency. And Karen Khachanov, where has the dude been since Paris 7-8 months ago when he won his first ever Master 1000 title and defeated Novak Djokovic in that final? Where have he been since then? Yeah, I know he played the quarterfinal in French Open 2-3 months ago, lost a team there. But what has the dude done? What has the dude done? Nothing. He has not won one single tournament this year. Not won one single tournament. And he is also one of the next geners. He is also one of the next geners. And he maybe will lose tonight. He maybe will lose tonight. I would not be surprised if he did that. I would not be surprised at all. The consistency level from some of the top 10 players is horrible. It's horrible. The only players we can trust on is Nadal, Djokovic, and to some extent Federer. All the others, you cannot trust them. It's like Russian roulette. You don't know who will win, who will lose. And when we, so-called tennis expert, tennis analyst, do our preview, we just go after feeling. At times we go after ranking. But these players are not playing like the ranking. They're not doing it. Or Tsitsipas playing like a world number 8? Or Thiem playing like a world number 4? Or RBA playing like a world number 10? Or Karen Khachanov playing like a world number 9? For God's sakes, even Alexander Zverev almost lost. He won at least his first match. He played 5 sets, but he won his first match at least. But he will be out very soon as well. He will be out. Trust me, he will be out. I don't think that Alexander Zverev will go to that quarterfinal. I really don't think. No, my friends, this US Open will be won by only 2 players. Only 2 players can win this US Open. It is Novak Djokovic or Rafael Nadal. I will be shocked if anybody else than these 2 wins the US Open. I will be shocked. Daniil Medvedev, he looked good as well in his first round. He looked good. He just destroyed his first opponent. Daniil Medvedev will go to that quarterfinal. But then we will see what Daniil Medvedev is about. Then we will see what Daniil Medvedev is made about. Is he the Iron Man? Is he the Iron Man that we have been talking about in 3-4 weeks now, where he has been played 3 straight hardcourt finals, Washington, Montreal and Cincinnati, and when he won his first ever Master 1000 title? Or will he be the next player from Tsitsipas, Karen Khachanov, RBA, Thiem? It is to look, my friends. When these next-gen players faces these big names, Djokovic, Nadal and Federer, in big stages, they have to show, they have to prove that they can beat them in the big stages. And not many of these players have done that. Tsitsipas have done it one time with Federer, like we know in Australian Open this year. Dominic Thiem has done it a couple of times with Djokovic in French Open. But besides that, not so many, my friends, not so many. I just know one thing. When Federer, Djokovic and Nadal will retire, the tennis will be dead. The tennis will be dead. The organizers who pay money, who organize these big tournaments, the slams, the masters and things like that, they will cry. They will cry more than what we will do, because they will lose millions. They will lose millions because it is Federer, Djokovic and Nadal who are filling the stadiums. It is for God's sakes not Tsitsipas, Thiem, Zverev, Karen Khachanov, RBA and all the others. It is Nadal, Djokovic and Federer. And when they will retire, because they will do it, we all know that they will do it sooner or later, the tennis will be dead. But because I'm not seeing anybody who will take over after them. I'm not seeing anybody. The inconsistency outside these big 3 is horrible. It is horrible, my friends. And we are seeing that on this Grand Slams tournament. We saw that in Wimbledon, and we are seeing now here, and we are seeing it now here in US Open. And to be quite honest with you, my friends, I am angry. I'm disappointed. You know why? Because I'm a big tennis lover. I'm a big tennis fantast. I know that when Djokovic, Nadal and Federer will retire, tennis will be dead. Tennis will be dead. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.